全力を尽くします。一番手強い相手、私に任せて。
What's up, man? How you doing? I'm on early today, so I was over here a couple hours ago, and I got all the work done. Oh, finish this up. I'm not sure what game I'll play. Destroyed. I thought it was a good investment. Hey Scott, does Rusty deliver? much on Warzone this week. These other three. Actually, it's ice and fire. I can't really do right now. I don't know if I'm even gonna bother. Let's just do the event. Free materials. What's this? I really like how this game does hyper armor so low. It doesn't feel like it's a detriment. Part of the game, and doesn't affect people at all. Really good depth.
戦闘なら俺に任せ
援助が欲しい。痛ましいでこうになら助けてあげる。
お前ら全て粉々にしてやるぜ。取るんだ。そうする。了解。行くぞ。戦闘なら俺
援助が欲しい。痛ましいでこうになら助けてあげる。
私に傷をつければいいよ。了解。やる。
Alright. Stuff like shit earlier, but took a
こ
walk.
の戦争から全てを奪いました。誰が
Walking out the chat.
もっとたくさんの痛みを感じさせて。
Tried a little stream last night. Wasn't feeling good mentally.
俺は負けねえ。
Rather than just getting tilted,
取るんだ。
it'd be good to stream tonight, maybe.
私と戦った取るんだ。
援助が欲しい。痛ましいでこう。
Last night I
援
wasn't
助が欲しい。痛ましいでこうになら助けてあげる。
This was not the
今
best
回も良
place.
かったが、今度はもっと綿密な作戦を立てよう。
I'm getting better at noticing when I feel like that, and I don't force it. I talked to my dad. That was a little bit more important anyway. He wanted to catch up with me. I don't live with my parents, so
私に傷をつけるといい腕をしていた。取るんだ。了解。行くぞ。俺は負けねえ。
Alright. He went and added gimmicks to it. I was having fun. Let's try that out the physical team. They can probably take it.
全力を尽くします。
いつでも戦う準備。やるな。僕が計算した弾道から逃げられるものですか。
弱い。
ごめん。
遅い。
私がすぐ処理する。取るに勝てない。私に傷をつける。いい腕をしている。ごめん。
私を見たの遅い。弱い。深淵に飲み
ごめん。
深淵の豪華で全て終わらせてあげる。
僕が計算した弾道から逃げられる。やるな。僕が計算した弾道。
目標こそ
取るに勝てない。私に傷をつける。 結末はただ一つです。それは隠れているつもりですか。僕が計算した弾道から逃げられるものなどいません。ゴルに刃を万物を切り抜く。いや、すまない。もう動かない。
深淵の業を全て終わらせてあげる。深淵に飲み込まれろ。私の力を存分に楽しむ。
Looks like he got some new attacks. The rewards for this are kind of lame. There's one problem with this game. Some of these rewards are like, dude, why would I want to do this? It won't give me anything equivalent for doing it. Luckily, the combat is so fun, you can get past it.
全力を尽くし。
It's just a challenge, I guess.
一番手ご。
僕が計算した弾道から逃げられる者などいません。僕が計算した弾道から逃げられる者などいません。
私を見たまま深淵に消えるの。弱い。遅い。
それは隠れているつもりですか。
目標補足。私は進行するためのやり方。私についてくれる。誰でもいいからかかってきなさい。
僕が計算した弾道から逃げられる者などいません。
私を見たまま深淵に消えるの。深淵に飲み込まれる。私進行するためのやり方。私についてくれ。目標補足。
僕が計算した弾道から逃げられる者などいません。
That's it for this. That's it for this. Just go on to CN. Where's my CN? There it is. This is going to be pretty quick. They let you skip the event missions on this. So I'm just going to log on, burn my fatigue, and then I'll probably play some Maximus too, actually. That sounds fun. I got a 1cc earlier today. I'm on hard mode.
朝早く起きすぎて頭回んね。今日の開始時間を。
Oh, I forgot to spend them. Hold on. Should be some more in here. Could do like 16. So let me see who I was working on. I don't remember. I already got her stuff. Chong Yu's maxed out. Mostly just need to get these guys awakened. He's in pretty good shape too. Q. Who's the best to work on right now? She's got pretty crap gear. Let's see if I can get some from the recycle. I'm just gonna save up, do this later. Let's play Maximus. That sounds fun. Let's see, actually, did they push an update for this yet? It's like the rare drops don't work. Apparently they like literally don't work. That's what I heard anyway. Alright, I'm not seeing an update. watch an ad. No. No! I wanted to reset the game. These games look amazing. Let me skip it. No. Why can't I pause? Attempt. You die really fast in this game, so you must make some good money off the ads, but I have to question, are people really that cheap? It's like $1 for 40 continues. Consider this is an arcade beat 'em up in pretty much every way. $1 for 40 continues is a way better deal than you got back in the day, that's for sure. There's some games that cost $1 for one credit. I wonder, like, how much money can they make off the ads? I'd rather just toss them $1, like two bucks a week, than watch any ads whatsoever. Interesting to see, like, how many people actually watch those ads. These guys aren't out to scam you. This game is very honest. No, I didn't. Well, I can clear the game. I cleared the game on 1 credit earlier today. I can do it. It's just on the gamer difficulty, the health like barely matters. Standard video game problem. The health bar kind of doesn't really matter at that point. A lot of people are building this character as a glass cannon anyway. I do like pretty crazy damage. When I put the flame spirit on, I like shred health bars, especially the bosses. And she has a really good combo starter too. A lot of times the bosses are harder to stagger, but if you space it properly and get like a full combo off it. This game is definitely ugly looking, but gameplay-wise, I play way worse beat-em-ups than this. Modern ones, I'm not talking about old ones. These guys clearly have learned. I have a post of it on my Twitter, the 1cc I got earlier today. I'm gonna get one for the channel. I don't know, the gamer mode of this is mixed bag. It's like they didn't just give the enemies more health and damage, but it's a pretty significant jump, and you have like no way to get out of hit stun in this game. So you just get killed for like hit for like all your health pretty much. There's no hit stun deterioration or damage scaling or
You name
anything
it.
at all.
I've got it.
Right now it's not worth playing because the rare drops don't work. I did find out what they do. I'm not struggling through that if the drops don't work. It's just masochistic shit right there. Hard mode's good. Good middle ground for me. Still challenging. Random kaiju fight. You can shred them pretty quickly with this character. Glass cannon build. Having taking more health doesn't seem like it helps much. Although right here you can die very easily. Ironically, this is the first 10 minutes of the run. You can die really easily here. These guys are like assassin ghosts. Gotta be careful around these guys. Good thing here, Phantom Stab or whatever it's called is a good poke. Getting the stun. don't get health refills between checkpoints or level transitions in this game at all, so it'd be pretty costly when you make a mistake like that. Totally my fault. I had bad positioning. I didn't even die from anything, what? Oh well. That assassin guy cost me the 1 CC. That's okay, I don't want it in crappy quality like this anyway. I want to do it. I want to do it at home. Have like... Stuff like this isn't direct feed, but I want real direct feed. Like through the capture card, better frame rate. We're not gonna try to do that today. I wanna try to do that tonight. That was totally my fault. That's not the game's fault. I thought he was dead, but that stab hitbox is really deceptive. They can hit you from the side. Even when you're not a glass cannon, it takes off like half your health. Those guys are top priority. I didn't prioritize them. No one's fault but my own. Definitely what I like about this game, though. There's some unfair stuff in it for sure, but for the most part, I have a lot of control. Honestly, having no way to get out of hit stun is unfair in this game. You don't want to go to hard with stock character. Like Kazuya. Breaker. remember seeing trailers for this and thinking it looked ugly, which it does, but I'm glad I gave it a chance. It's just I feel bad. They're probably getting a lot of people like not wanting to give this a chance because of how it looks. If you can look past the cheap-looking graphics, this game is really solid. Pretty much has none of the downsides to being on mobile. It's incredibly light microtransactions. You still get updates, and it has full controller support. Just a solid, fun game to play. I feel like these guys know what makes these kinds of games fun. Might not have like the best art style ever, but you just have to look past it. Apparently they made this game remotely too during the pandemic. This is a big game. It really is. With 6 characters, it's full online. It's like skill trees and stuff. Like, this is pretty impressive to make remotely. Yeah, I almost didn't give this game a chance because of how it looked, but I'm glad I saw a tweet from Belt Action Central, which is this guy that posts about beat 'em up news. He played the game. I saw him doing some sick juggles. I'm like, you know what? I think I've seen this game before. It looks ugly, but sure, I'll give it a try.
My selection.
I'm really glad I did. It's fun.
Thank you. Thank you.
Always welcome
Really
here,
fun time with this game. Definitely room for improvement, but it's got what counts. It's fun. Bash an enemy with your shield. These guys aren't out to scam you either. That's what's cool about it. I know they pretty much say like, you know, we need to eat. But, you know, they're not making you gamble or anything. It's pretty much just you buy the premium pass to get all the characters and the ads, which is $5, and then buying like one of the gold packs is like $2. That's enough to either get a skin or just buy everything from the shop. Like that's more than fair. You gotta respect when people know that they could make a lot more money with that game if they had the gambling and stuff, but they're actually trying to make something honest. And that takes balls, especially on this platform. And you can earn everything through gameplay as well. But I feel like if you have a phone that can run that, and I wouldn't want to play it on a touchscreen either, you buy a controller. I think you can give those guys like $10. Like that's deserving of money, actually giving you something for a fair price. Not trying to swindle you or anything. We'll play that more tonight, though. I want to get that one CC. You can't dash. You have to slide with him. I need to sift through these freaking massive menus. There's an option to get back to the menu somewhere in here. There we go. I forget all what I had on here. I haven't played these kinds of retro games in a while. It's mostly been PS2 and Dreamcast, which I don't use RetroArch for because the cores for those on RetroArch are like years old. Some of them are. But there is stuff like everything prior to that era. It's a lot easier to run it in here. I have to set up the controls for these again, huh? I have to go watch my own video. Alright, I kind of felt like playing that tonight, but I don't remember the controls for it. I got an idea. Where is it?
Awaken!
The aesthetic of this game is really weird. It's like it totally looks like the Japanese were trying to copy what cartoons look like in America. And most of them are like animated in Japan and Korea anyway. But it's not based on anything. It's just like this. which is weird because all the American companies were outsourcing these games out to Japan because they knew that they couldn't make stuff this quality. Yeah, this is not based on anything. There's no forgotten 80s, 90s cartoon this is based on. It fits the role, but I just kind of randomly did this, like really, really strange. There's some other examples of that happening too, like Journey to Silius. That was originally supposed to be a Terminator game, but they lost the license at the last minute, so they just kind of removed any reference to it. Yeah, the more I play this, the more it's really odd. They had Simpsons and Turtles and X-Men. They had a Bucky O'Hare one. That cartoon was not that popular. I watched it when I was a kid. It only had 2 seasons. That got a game from Konami of all people. Well, this is kind of weird. Maybe they didn't have any licenses coming in the year that this was made, so they just kind of made this. It's a really good game, but everything from the cheesy one-liners to the animal characters and stuff, and the music, it's totally looks like it's based on some Saturday morning cartoon. It's not. It's just like this weird. You gotta respect American companies back then. They knew that they couldn't make a game like this, of this quality. You're just gonna let those 20-year-old Japanese dudes do it. Now you have stuff like the Avengers game where it's this should be made by some Japanese company, but we're gonna cheap out and get the Tomb Raider guys to do it. It's really strange. I don't know what it is that changed that. It's probably because it's a lot cheaper. Back then, they didn't bother with that shit at all, for the most part. There definitely were some crappy American licensed games, but a lot of the big stuff they did outsource. Oh, didn't like that. Thinking the ROM set for this changed. That happens sometimes. The ROM sets change and the program gets confused. Because it's the ROM is functional, but it's pointing to a different parent ROM. That happens a lot. Oh, I didn't save the controls for this, huh? Fuck. Oh, yeah. Alright, let's do this again. I need to make it faster to do this. Shouldn't have to hold the button down. There we go. I should not have to do that again. RetroArch is like learning a language, pretty much. There's so many menus. Sometimes you can get like 5 or 6 menus deep into something. It gets really confusing. RetroArch is great, but it's definitely a lot less user-friendly than the native emulators you can use for these. It's kind of just like, if you play a variety of games on different platforms, it's nice to have. But for the most part, having the exclusive emulator, standalone one, I guess would be the word for it, is always better. As those are like designed by humans, and it doesn't take like going into like 10 different menus to do like one thing. It's always the hardest part about this. It's a learning curve, but once you learn how to use it, it's not that bad. But sometimes you can really struggle to find like one thing. This emulator is such a pain sometimes. The whole thing stopped working. Great. It stopped working completely. I don't know why the D-pad just stopped working. Alright, I have a working emulator now. Let's try that again. So good. I really like the boss track in this game too. is a pretty classic example of how different Power Rangers and Sentai are. Power Rangers is a straight parody of... It's pretty much just like a parody of tokusatsu in general. It's just like lampshading it, making fun of it, like it still stands on its own. But then Power Rangers Turbo tried to be like really serious. Like the command center gets destroyed at the end and they pretty much fail and they have to go to space. Like the Car Rangers just fucking around pretty much. I think that's one of the reasons why they stopped trying to make things carry over from year to year. It was like the Sentai footage stopped making sense. I mean, they managed to make Star Trek for kids out of a season that's about like high school and video games. So I mean that's pretty cool, I guess. Like it got less and less feasible to do that as time went on. No, the end of the Zordon era is pretty awesome. That's one of the cool things about Power Rangers is that they tried to have like more of an actual universe. Super Sentai is kind of just certain occasions they link things together, like the special movies and stuff. Although, Kamen Rider. Kamen Rider doesn't have kaiju. Although the new Sentai is actually like a sequel series to the last one in some way. I don't exactly know how. Yeah, the mecha fights, the Megazord stuff, it's kind of an acquired taste. It depends on what season you're watching. But yeah, it pretty much just is tacked on to sell toys. Some of the seasons have really sick fights, other ones don't. I know they're using CG a lot more, which makes it a little bit more interesting. Because it's not just some old dude in a suit that can like barely breathe and barely move, which like limits the spectacle. There's actual people in those suits and they can like barely move. They have to like take the helmet off like I heard it's like every few minutes pretty much because they're so hot in that suit. I don't know, Ultraman does the kaiju fight thing a lot better than Super Sentai does. There's a number of reasons for that. The first is that Ultraman is like 25 episodes now, so they have a lot more time to really fine-tune the fight scenes. The special effects are a lot better. That's what people don't like about the new season of Sentai, is they have full CG Rangers, and they look terrible. They look like they look like really bad PS2 games, like not like the high-tier Japanese or American stuff, but like you know, those random bargain bin games from like the United Kingdom and shit. They look really bad. It's like it's something that could work, but because of the really tight schedule they shoot that stuff on, they're like they're barely a month ahead of what's airing. There's no time to like actually make good CG. But doing it with the Zord fights, I think, is actually a welcome change, because it's gonna look cheap, but it's a little bit more believable that it's actually a giant robot instead of a guy in a suit. I'd argue Ultraman is like the best tokusatsu to get into right now because they simulcast them and they put them in English at the same time that they're in Japan. As for Sentai and Rider, there's like a couple seasons that you can watch, but they're all older ones. The subtitles aren't as good. Super Sentai, they put out like 8 or 10 seasons, and then they just stopped. There hasn't been a new one in like it's been like at least 5 years now. They stopped doing it. Like they had a good thing going. Like you could watch that stuff legally and not have to resort to a torrent site or streaming site. But now it's a lot harder to watch that stuff. Ultraman isn't everybody's acquired. It's kind of an acquired taste, but a lot easier to watch it without breaking the law. Sentai and Rider, you kind of got to accept if you want to watch that stuff. You're gonna have to install a torrent program or go on some shady site. And I haven't really wanted to do that anymore. I used to do it when I was younger, and now it's like my computer is partially my lifeblood or income. I don't want to be going on those sites to watch a show. Toei is really stubborn. They know that there's a market for it. Apparently last week's episode of Kamen Rider had a thing saying stop supporting illegal uploads of their shows. And it's like, well, you know people wouldn't do that if they could legally watch it, right? Haven't we learned anything from like the whole Napster thing? All the suits of the music companies and stuff, movies industry, they all hated Napster. They're like, oh, these kids are stealing from us. Like, dude, I was like 13 when Napster came out. I didn't have any money to give them. Like, it's like if you made it affordable, then people wouldn't pirate it. And then, well, look what happened. Now we have iTunes and Netflix and stuff, SoundCloud. Like, it's legit harder to pirate something than it is to just go pay for it and watch it legally. But the people that do Sentai and Rider are stuck in the 80s. They don't understand that. It's weird to like call it out when you know that they're the problem. like they're legit the problem. They're not offering it legally. Update's still not out yet. Hey, the developers like my 1cc. Now I need to put up an actual video. We're gonna do that tonight. I need video proof. Well, Ultraman's a lot easier to watch. Pretty much most of the seasons, except like the ones from like the Showa era, like the 60s to 80s. Those are a lot harder to get a hold of. But most of the modern ones, you can watch them. You can watch them for free, legally. No torrents or downloads required. Even the brand new ones that are airing. Ultraman has some nice advantages to it, honestly. They shoot half the episodes that Sentai and Rider does, so they have a lot more time to make the CG look better. A lot of people are really criticizing the new Sentai because they went with 2 CG Rangers which is like the dumbest idea. I saw a clip. The Black Ranger is like this edgelord vigilante guy, but then he transforms into a little PS2 dog. It's like, what the fuck were they thinking? Like, there's such a big disconnect. Like, this guy looks like a Bishonen edgelord, but then he transforms into a crappy CGI dog that's like 2 feet tall. It's like, how did you get to the point? Like, who thought that was a good idea? Like, okay, it would have made more sense if the CG Rangers didn't have a face actor. Like, if they just showed up. If they just showed up at the fights and they were in CG, it would have been a little bit better. It still would have looked really out of place, but to like actually have a face actor there, it looks awful. There's such a massive disconnect. I don't understand what they're doing. I feel like there are other franchises that could pull that off, but Sentai's shot on such a shoestring budget, and they have a really tight schedule. I've heard it's like 3 weeks from shooting to airing, so less than a month. That's nowhere near enough time to give the CG people like enough time to make it look not shit and like not crunch them to death. I can't even fathom what they're doing. I don't get it. I wouldn't be surprised if Super Sentai stops soon. I would not be surprised. I really don't think it's got much life left in it if they're making stupid changes like that. It's like if they had like 3 weeks to do like an MCU movie. And like the Hulk looks like he's fresh out of a PS1 game. Like how much that would take you out of it versus like the months or whatever it takes them to do it, and like the Hulk actually looks relatively realistic.
Hokuto no Ken. The time of retribution. Battle 1. Decide the destiny. Battle 2. Decide the destiny.
How you guys doing tonight? I'm about gonna hop off shortly. I have not eaten anything tonight. I just want to test this out for a bit. I got online a lot earlier today, so just want to see if I fix this, and I'm gonna hop off for now. We'll play some Maximus 2 tonight. I want to get a 1cc. I already got a 1cc, but I need one on tape. That's gonna be the stream for tonight. should load a 3D game, actually. Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with this emulator. I put it on safe presets. 1x native. Still stuttering. I'll fix that later. I think I'm going to call it there, actually. I don't really have anything else left to do. I'll see you guys tonight around the normal time. I'm going to get a Maximus 2 1cc. It shouldn't take more than, like, I don't know, 1 to 3 tries. It's a pretty short game, so that's the plan for tonight. Might be some other games, too. Probably do KOF All-Star, and then we'll go into Maximus 2. That sounds like a plan. I'll see you guys later tonight.